Okay, so originally this video was meant to be on Ascent, the new map, about shock and recon darts, like lineups. But instead, I found some old footage on Bind, so I'm just going to make a little compilation at the start of this before we get into the main video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. These are all usable still. I've checked after the beta, they all work. So yeah, enjoy.
Revealing area.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to a Sova attacking recon dart and shock dart video. This is going to be for both sides, A and B, and we maybe even get some mid ones for the end of this video, so stick around for that. Starting off today's video, we're going to be going to the B side. Pretty simple recon dart to put in. Line yourself up with this like door looking thing here, the wall stone part. And do you see this little antenna up here? Go straight across, and the billboard, aim a little bit to the right of that, because otherwise you will hit the billboard, and you do not want that. Simply one charge, and it should hit the back of this wall over here, which gives vision of people holding this angle, people holding back here, people hiding in this corner normally because their head should be showing, and anyone holding market, pretty much. It's a pretty simple one, but it's really useful for clearing out simple spots as well as people holding this position. Yeah. After that, boys, if you suspect someone's holding this position here, which a lot of people do like to hold this position for rushes and like a crossfire with someone holding here or someone holding logs. Yeah, some people like to hold this position, and it's very fucking annoying because it's hard to push out. But if you do suspect someone is doing that, I have a really easy setup for you guys with shock darts. All you have to do is come here, line yourself up with this fucking drain, the corner of it, and do you see this little white brick, like sort of texture here? Aim at the top of that, go straight up, one bounce, one charge, okay? And it should land here, okay? It lands here. And it definitely will do damage to the person holding that. It'll do a substantial amount of damage. If you can manage to get two off, that would be like the ideal situation here. But if not, I mean, you're doing hard damage. There you go, guys. That's what I meant. It lands here, and it's going to do a fuck ton of damage to people holding this, because no one's going to expect it to come from here. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to be holding and waiting for a shock dart. Yeah, it's very, very, very good. Alright, now we have one for sort of faking a B rush, or like, not B rush, faking an A push. Because a lot of people in this game, if they see a Sova dart go into some sort of site, they instantly assume it's going to be that site that you're going to as an attacker. So what I like to do is I like to get in this corner, get a recon dart out, aim like as close as you can. It doesn't really have to be very specific, but it's good to. It's very good as well for clearing out a site. So you two charge, okay, and it should land on the back wall of A. We'll show you real quick. And this is actually very good for a dart. No one's going to be looking here. If anyone's going to be expecting a dart, it's going to be from over here. So it should spot the person holding heaven. It probably could even spot someone holding back here from glass. It will spot most people on site. It won't spot anyone holding the I'm not really sure what this is called. I'm gonna call it stack. It's not really gonna hit anyone holding this position in stack, but it's gonna hit every other place, and it's very useful actually. It's gonna hit a lot, so it's good for your fakes. Next up, we are on A site. This is good, just to pretty much mark most of the site. It'll clear most of the corners, so you'll know people won't be there. But yeah, so what I want you guys to do, it's a little bit harder to pull this off because most of the arrows you can throw in from spawn don't mark as much as this dart does. But trust me, if you can get control of A main, it's very useful. So get control of A main, then I want you guys to come into bike, 1 bounce and 2 charge. This lands in a nice place up here, so it's hard for people to, you know, that people have to look high up to shoot it. So if your people peek at the same time, they have to shoot that out. They're essentially getting a free pick, especially if someone's holding something up here, because they will get caught. You can wallbang this as well, so people will get free kills if you do this correctly. But yeah, it's very good. Next up is quite an impressive one. This one is for like splits mid. So say someone's put a Viper wall down here, you guys have pushed short, you've got a frag, you know, you got the opening kill. This one's really good at the start of a round to pull off, because it means you can easily go to heaven without alerting the players holding heaven, because obviously to get to heaven from a tree, which is this area, or garden, whatever you guys want to call it, you have to break the window, and it's a you know, obviously it makes a noise, so it gives away your position. I found an easy way just to destroy this with a shock dart, but I'm going to do a recon dart just because I don't have any friends at the moment in this server to record their perspective from what happens. But essentially I'll show you. So 1 charge, get so where the flag meets the pole here, 1 charge and a bounce. Basically you will see it goes through. Now with a shock dart, it should break the glass. I'm not too sure about with the recon dart, because I was trying this out with shock darts. But even if it doesn't, even if it does go through the recon dart, this is such a good position just to get people off guard, if you know what I mean. Like, it'll mark people holding here, and it'll very much obviously mark people holding heaven for A. This is really good for people rotating as well. So say you're on a late rotate, you've been lurking B the whole round. If you want a quick, simple way to help out your teammates, just come in this corner. It doesn't even have to be too accurate, and you know, you get a very, very, very good timed dart, which will catch people mid, and also I'm pretty sure it'll mark people in that corner, so you can wallbang that. But yeah, very cool one, guys. I very much suggest you guys start learning this one. That's why I'm going on about it so much, but yeah, it's very cool. Next up we have a dart for long A, which is very good for if your team trying to get mid control. Say you're going to come from here, or you're going to come from catwalk. Not too sure what that's called. What's that called real quick? Middling. Alright, so we're going to call it connector. So people are trying to come for a connector to grab mid control. This is a very good dart to do, because a lot of people I've noticed like to push this early on, try and get some frags for people pushing mid from this area, and then sometimes they even push out here if they know no one's here. So simple enough, boys. All I want you to do is come here, stand on this drain looking thing. I'm not really too sure what this actually is. Probably a drain from the shit that's seeping out of it. But yeah, get your dart ready, aim at the top of this little spike on the skybox, 1 charge, no bounce, and it should perfectly land here. Now this is very good, as it will catch people here. So say if you guys have taken A control and you've got the bomb down, you're just late rotating. This is very good for lurkers. Someone's got the door down. If you get that dart in here, people here and people rotating in here to shoot the door, they're going to get spotted by this, and it's also going to stop people pushing, because you will see them pushing from the dart which is there. So they'll normally retreat, or someone holding here can probably pre-fire or shoot this wall and get a free kill. It'll also show you if people are hiding here. Sadly, it won't show if people are up here, but it's not a very common place I've seen. This, on the other hand, is people's favourite place to hide. I don't know why, but it's very common I find people holding this place, which I like to call dog, because the graffiti. If you decided you're not going to go A, and you want to go for a mid control mainly, a very good one to do is, it's not very like complicated at all, just full charge, aim at one of these windows, and this, it literally marks like the whole of mid and people holding this position. This will get completely covered. People holding here will get caught unless they're hugging the wall. Normally it's good to pre-fire and mark it anyway, but you know, if for in case you don't and you like to peek, you know, here for a long angle, that's always a very good option, just for lesser skilled players as a solo, I guess. Not that I'm trying to put anyone down, I'm just saying, very easy to do. Alright, so for the sake of highlights of this video, we're going to be doing defending darts and shock darts. So yeah, what I want you to do if you're playing as a Sova, very simply, come to here. Just, it doesn't really have to be specific, but you know, get to this wall, get lined up here. This is good to do on a on the start of a round. One bounce, one charge. This is very fucking good, guys. It lands here. This marks anyone holding here, which is connector, anyone pushing from CT, some people could be late, and it also normally marks people trying to do the weird sage thing, which a lot of teams are using. Sadly, it doesn't mark anyone behind here, which I'm going to call octopus, just because purely that's what it is from the graffiti, but it also marks people straight away, very early on in the round, people pushing here. And what I like to do, if I do this again for you guys, that was not one charge. I like to wait for it to pop off. As soon as, if I see anyone's here, I like to use my ultimate, fall back, and obviously because it's a small space here, and also you can see where people are from mid, you can get so many frags. I think the highest I've got from this is actually a 4K, which is very, very hard to do with Sova's ultimate. Normally one kill with his ultimate is actually, you know, good, because it takes a lot of skill to know where people are and a lot of game sense. So yeah, just to give you an idea of how overpowered this is. As well as that, you can also use the Odin or any other heavy shooting, like, I don't know, the RS, the Odin, the Operator. I'm not too sure about the Marshal, no. Anything like that. Maybe the Sheriff? Yeah, the Sheriff. You can spray through this with that, and you will get easy kills, because they're all marked, and they have to turn around to shoot it. And what I like to do as well, if I don't have anything that's high penetrating, is I use a shock dart, bounce it once, it lands right here, and it literally, it really does a lot of damage to people holding anywhere around here. So if they're trying to go for a peek, trying to go take some control, trying to grab the orb even, they're going to get damaged. But if you do hear the orb getting caught, it's a pretty simple one, just, it lands right there, and it's going to do a fuck ton of damage, boys. So yeah, I main B, I like to play B as a Sova on this map. That's just my personal opinion, it's my playstyle. I'm not really too much of someone who likes to hold mid as a Sova, because I don't think it's very useful. But I do think he's very, very useful on this side, especially with his ultimate, because this chokehold right here, this hallway, it's very, very easy to exploit with this. You know, like, it doesn't take much skill just to do that. So I suggest people playing Sova definitely start playing this. Alright, because this video is for helping every player who plays Sova, not just myself. We're gonna go over a few darts you can do for mid. So there's only really one, in my opinion, that's very useful. But you can do this from market. Just come here, straight up, just start this. It's very easy to do. It marks people here. It marks people pushing out from here, because you know people like to push out here. And yeah, it's actually really easy to set up. And if anyone is playing here, it's normally a pretty free frag, because it does mark people in here, which is connector. I have to learn that, boys. I'm retarded. Next up for you A and tree players, get this corner, one bounce, aim straight up, not on the corner, quite a far bit up. You'll get it. There's a lot of room there, as you can see. One bounce, very, very, very useful dart. This gets in the right in the corner, so people who are pushing out, they have to turn around to shoot it, and that gives the player who's holding this area for a clear shot, and it's actually very useful. So I suggest you start using this if you are a solo player who plays A. Alright, for you A players, if someone's asking for support on B, and you know, obviously it takes a long time to rotate from A to B, and also there's a chance you'll get cut off from mid if they do have mid control, especially from market. A very simple thing to do to help out your player. This will probably get them at least 1 kill if you do this correct. Aim straight up from the skybox, sort of line up with this tip of this tower here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but 2 charges, and it lands at the back of B, as I'll show you guys. And this right here does cover people holding many angles. Doesn't actually cover inside back of B, but you guys, I mean, you guys, you'll know to check back of B, especially if they pushed onto site and they've got the bomb down. But yeah, it does actually catch people out holding this area here, which me and my friends call this secret. And then also catches anyone off guard who's actually holding site, you know, a little bit aggressively. So it's actually very useful, guys. So I do suggest you guys learn that one as well. And finally today, guys, I'm going to be showing you a very, very cool shock dart, which shall hit people in connector who like to hide in the corner on the left side. Because for some reason, a lot of people do that. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm dead serious. A lot of people hide in that corner. So I want you to go 1, 2 roof tiles straight up. Do you see this grayish cloud skybox part? I want you to line up with that. 1 charge. Okay, I'll do it again just so I can follow it. But 1 charge, and it lands in this right here. And if I dart that, it hits this corner. It's about here, and it's gonna do damage. You know, it's also gonna hit people holding here who are trying to get a pick onto mid. No one hides here and goes for picks onto mid, or at least I haven't seen it. It's not very often because you can get sprayed through this wall. So a lot of people like to go for this. But yeah, it's actually very useful if you are a defending Sova playing this area here, along a tree area. This isn't used very much, so I'm gonna have to explore other options for darts in this area. But yeah, as far as I know, most of these are my own darts. So yeah, if you have found them on anyone else's channels or stuff, I'd like to know, because I don't know, it's just kind of cool to me finding these darts. It's kind of fun. It's also good for helping out teams, especially newer players who have come from other games, not necessarily Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six or any other shooter, that have come from very different games. Learning a very cool agent who's very, very useful for info, and it's not necessarily based upon aim. If you compare her to if you compare Sova to like Reyna or someone else. So yeah, this is very, very cool, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like and also subscribe, because I do try on these. This is taking quite a while to find all of these cool darts and stuff. I haven't just like found them and then just uploaded them because I thought content. These are actually useful darts that I think will definitely elevate your game, especially your skill level. So please do use these, especially the ones on B side, because trust me, I've used these and anyone could do this. What I do on this bit here, which I don't know what's this really called. I mean, the left side to site, it's a pretty simple left lane, then we got right lane. Not really too sure what we're gonna call it. I still have to find something for that, but yeah, it's very useful, guys. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Remember to comment some shit. I don't know. What do you want to see next, guys? What operator? Because I do like to play Viper as well. I have a Viper video on my channel right now for 3 maps. This is during the beta, so bear in mind Ascent wasn't out at this point. But I can always do an updated video. It's all good. Right, in a bit, boys.